This is a 2005 John Deere Gx345. As you see, I put the snowblower on here so that you can verify that it runs. Some of the work that I've done on this has a metal Curtis cab with a glass windshield. It's got a windshield wiper. I put those two lights on there and then the beacon light on the top so that people can see you coming. It's got a 40-inch wide Burco Mac. It's a Canadian company, two-stage snowblower with the electric chute, rotation, and up and down kit. The original Burco kit used two window regulator type motors. And there's a video on my YouTube from about 10 years ago where I fabricated this 18-volt Craftsman battery powered drill to operate the auger this auger so that it can rotate left and right much quicker than this. It took like 34 seconds or something to go from all the way left to all the way right with one of these. Now with this, it goes much faster. I fabricated the mount. I fabricated this heat shield. As you can see, there's some rust on it. However, it's a 17-year-old vehicle, or tractor rather. The Curtis cab, good luck trying to find one now for a Gx345 or a John Deere 345. I had to actually drive to southern Michigan to get it. It has soft sides and soft rear, and what that means is this is kind of like a plexiglass vinyl material. It's real easy, just pops right off the hinge right there like that. A really important feature of this particular John Deere, is that I equipped it with a heater. So this is a liquid cooled Kawasaki motor, and you can see right down here I tapped into the coolant system and I ran a cab heater, which is right there. So this thing is all decked out for snow blowing. I've got 4 suitcase weights in the back. You can put a 5th if you want. You have to slide these 3 all the way over, and then one more can go right here. I've never found that I needed that. The 4 works just fine. I also have tire chains for it. I never use those. For the 10 years that I've owned this, I've never used those. As you can see, there's some rust on the wheels. This one's the worst. This one has a little bit, the other one has a little bit, but it's really not that bad. If you come into the cab here, brand new seat. Got it off Amazon 2 days ago. So brand new seat. As we come into the cab here, you see the joystick for the chute rotate. Also, we've got one button for the windshield wiper. And then we've got these 2 switches are for the lights outside. This is for the heater. It has 3 settings: high, medium, and low. You can start it off in high, but after about 5 minutes of snow blowing, you have to put it to low or off, because it gets so hot, you'll be snow blowing in your underwear. And yes, I have done that. As you can see, the lights work. The lights above here, you should be able to see it blink. You can also change that. There's a little button up here. If you push that, it'll cycle through several different flashing sequences. As you can see, it's got the cup holder. Come over the other side. It's got this little box here and shows you your service intervals and all that stuff. Down there, that is the knob to control the height for the mower deck. Right now I have it to off because with the Gx345, which has power steering. It has hydraulic power steering, and it has hydraulic implement lift. So what that means is hydraulic pressure has a solenoid that when you lift it, it'll actually lift up the snowblower, so you don't have to do it by hand. That was definitely one of the features that I really liked about the Gx345. The Gx345 at the time was the absolute best John Deere lawn and garden tractor that you could get. The next step up from here was like a subcompact tractor. I designed this. I took the front bumper off and I designed it so that when you lift this all the way up, this doesn't come into contact with the cab or the hood, if you will. Here's the cable that connects all of the electronics up here. The two-stage snowblower. 2 years ago, I replaced these bearings, that one over there and that one over there. I replaced this piece probably 6 years ago. One thing to keep in mind, there's a little plastic piece under here, and every couple of years I have to take this off and then lubricate that so that this can rotate on there. The key for this to rotate well is to not screw these down too tight, because as you can see, you'll have metal on metal and then it doesn't want to turn. There is a guard for this. I took it off. I'm never going to stick my hands down there while the snowblower is going. You should not do that. But this guard just got in the way when every once in a while stuff will get, if conditions are perfect, stuff will get stuck in there. Let's see here. What else? This Burkomac, the snowblower. I also have a snow plow, or just like a regular blade for it. That'll come with this. That just goes into here. So this is called like the subframe kit. And as you can see right here, on both sides, there's 2 pins, and that holds the front part up. And then if you come back here, you see right there, this whole piece actually rests on here. So when it comes time to take this off, it's real easy. You just pop the 2 pins out, and then you push the whole subframe that way, and then it'll fall onto there. And then you have to kind of finagle the subframe out to get the mower deck back in. This pin here, you pull this, and then this releases the belt. As you can see, when you move that, it puts the tension on the belt, and then you just put that pin in, and that's what keeps it in there. It's very important, if you ever change the belt, to get the belt directly from Burko. Don't be cheap and try and buy a different belt, because if the widths of the belt aren't just right and it sits too high on here, it can actually come off. So just buy the factory belt. This pulley and the pulley behind it should be in line with each other. When I first got it, this pulley was way back here, or it was up here, and it didn't work quite right. So I called the company and they said, oh yeah, take that and put it back there. Right here, this is your adjustment area. I've marked it with some duct tape. So in the springtime, I'll take the nut and I run it down to here, and then that's the perfect height for the mower deck. In the winter, or just before winter, when I put the snowblower on, I run this nut all the way up to the top. That way you get maximum lift on the snowblower up front. Up here, there are 2 chains, one under here. There's another chain under here that you need to lubricate. It says it's to do it every 4 hours. yeah, so just make sure that you do that. It's really easy to get this cover off. You see down there, there's that little rubber plug. You just pull that off and it goes down. It's like a little bungee. You take this cover off and then you put oil right on the chain there. This one, you undo that bolt. It has a spring washer on it. And then you take that cover off and then you can spray it right there. So it's pretty easy. So that is the John Deere snowblower setup. Yeah. So now I'm going to swap that out. I'm going to put the mower deck on and put the mower deck and the power flow bagger on so you can see that in action.